There are 2 initiatives that need to be rolled. There's a Maddie initiative. Oh, there's also a Paige and an Ang. I'm gonna roll for Maddie.
Right, I've gotta
Go to the cross
click
swords.
on. Ah.
There you go.
Oh.
Perfect.
You can roll it on the tracker now, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I don't think
Click.
it liked me rolling on the tracker, but okay.
It
I rolled a one.
Ooh.
You're supposed to be fasting. You're supposed to be fast.
I know, right? Like, I was just thinking that. I was like, she's so crazy fast.
Listen, if I could restructure it to have Baldur's Gate style initiative rules, I would, because I think that makes way more sense. But
what are Baldur's Gate initiative rules?
Baldur's Gate initiative rules, they don't roll a d20, they roll a d4.
Huh.
It's a d4 plus your initiative modifier. So your initiative bonus matters way more.
Huh.
Fun fact.
Interesting.
But until I figure out how to do that sort of shit in this system, we're going by the book. So, at the top of the round, we're going to have these creatures which start to stir in the darkness. Where is the first one? First one's down here. They're not that fast. It's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25. Out of the dark, these things come sprinting up, and it's going to make it here. That's its whole turn. Next turn. This one scurries out of the darkness. You hear like nails scratching on pavement and concrete as these like things scramble. And when you see them, they are gaunt, pale, and like their skin is, I think sallow is the word, pulled tight and lacking any sort of semblance of hygiene or health. And they have an just extremely long, elongated tongue with exaggerated fangs. Ang, you are getting stricken by this thing. It's going to try to claw you.
Oh boy. 23, I believe, is a hit. However, I do have a reaction.
Yes.
Let me see if that would get us over the line. Because I can increase my AC as a reaction. Let's click this. That wouldn't get me there. That would not get me there. All right, so I will not do that. How much am I taking?
You are going to be taking not too much, just 1d4 plus 1 for 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
And it is going to try to bite you next. It's going to hit you once with the claw. Also, because it hits you. No, wait. You are technically part fey creature.
Yes.
So
this would not actually affect you. You are unique in this way.
I have concerns.
Okay.
I have so many fucking concerns.
Snowflake.
Now here we go. This next attack is definitely going to miss. So that's going to be its turn. He's just run out of the darkness like, and Dee Dee's going to go next. Dee Dee will daintily skip ahead.
I love that she always skips her saunters.
She's not in a hurry. She's very rarely in a hurry. She's going to claw once. That's going to hit. So she is going to she's going to rip this fucking thing to shreds. Probably. Holy goodness. Yes. Yeah. So Dee Dee just daintily skips forward and puts 2 hands together in like a prayer gesture and spears this thing square in the chest and just pulls her arms apart, and it just explodes in a gore splatter. Gone. Just fucking erased.
What thing?
This thing.
We don't see a thing.
Well, that was near.
Don't see it.
Oh, I see it. You're talking about this thing, right?
Nope.
This thing.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Weird. Okay, but
The
now,
only
now
I was
the
you-
only
wondering-
ghouls that we see, or at least I see, is the one by Aang and then the one
This
that she
one.
just killed.
Yeah. I was wondering, who the fuck is she attacking?
She's
she's
trying to go
she's
after
attacking
Maddie.
that one,
Yeah.
and she pasted it all over the floors and walls, which is revolting. But that is going to be her turn, and she's going to forfeit her last action because she's satisfied with that. She will lick her fingertips daintily.
Dee Dee's out here playing Pathfinder First Edition.
Mhm.
Madigan is revolted by the gore pile. Just goes, ugh. But Maddie is going to charge. How fast can Maddie move?
Not fast. I think she's a dwarf.
Normal speed. No, she actually got 25 movement. She's normal. 5, 10. Wait. 5,
She's
10.
just short.
25, 35, 40, 45. And we'll get her here. So she's going to run all the way into the dark, trying to head these creatures off of the pass. That's going to be Mad's turn. Now, Paige, it is your turn.
Fucking Maddie, where the fuck did you go?
Reinhardt charged into the back line.
Maddie!
Sounds like her.
That does sound like her.
That does sound like her. She would. Hammer too. Fucking Paige, dude. Okay, we're gonna go with first action, inspire courage. Everyone have a +1, including Maddie. She's just barely in range.
Perfect.
Gonna go ahead with that. Are we all going to be moving forward?
Well, I'm gonna see. I wanted to check if there's any like up in this direction that I'm not seeing, because there's an ominous dark corner I can't see behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna charge forward quite yet.
Okay. Cool.
Are you seeing anything that we can't see, Aang? All I see is the one.
Mhm.
All right. So there were I feel like last session. Oh, right, yes. Well, Aang did see something all the way down. I don't know if I'm free to share that, Joe.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see
There's
one
another
over
fucker
here.
over here, all the way.
Yeah.
If you zoom out,
Yeah,
Yeah, I see that.
I can see that one.
Just
Yeah,
didn't know if there was
on
any
my-
like that direction.
I don't think I saw any there, but I could be
I
wrong.
will say,
There were
in fairness,
stones.
when you ran in that direction, Aang, you heard scrambling and scratching and like gore sounds, like the sounds you get when Dee Dee is eating. And you heard it from both directions, both doorways.
Oh, that's not great.
Oh.
Yeah.
There are probably two.
Hey,
Um,
Joe.
Yeah.
How is that that unknown machine doing? The one that's not a Geiger counter.
Oh, the unknown machine. It ticked a little bit in this direction. There was like a single click, a click or two, in the north. But it seems to be okay for now.
Okay.
I don't think I can do anything else.
You can
'Cause
move.
I can move. Where the fuck am I gonna move? I don't like any of these fucking directions.
Let's see. If you move to somebody else, you could aid another.
At least from what I understand, this whole space between you and Maddie seems kind of monster free. Unless something pops out of that door.
That's what I'm worried about. But okay, I don't want to take any more time. Every time we fucking load up the system, I gotta rewire my brain because we just had other Pathfinder. How well can people see Maddie?
Well, Aang can't see her because she's around the corner.
Okay, Joe.
You can see, like, it's about as well as your token would let you believe. Like, you know where Maddie is by virtue of knowing her outline in the dark. But you can't like make out any details of like her face or the color of her clothing or color of her hair. But you can see her moving around.
Okay. Cool. Is it like an action to aid another, or is it two?
It is technically an action to aid another, and it uses your reaction as well. But I'm willing to let you just aid another if someone's nearby. I'll let you aid another, and you can just give them a bonus +1 that they can flexibly use anywhere.
Hylas, please shoot the monsters.
Shoot the spooky monsters.
Shoot the spooky monsters.
That's gonna require me to find one in range.
Find one, and then shoot it, please. That is all.
Do I hear anything coming from up here, like this direction?
The north? Yeah. Not as best you can tell. It seems like so far the only scrambling and scratching noises have been from the south and this little corridor you're near. But it could be an echo.
Little corridor? Which one?
This hallway.
Oh, okay.
Right beside you. Yeah, it's basically to the south and this hallway that you hear scratching noises.
I'm gonna do a little ruler and see if I can't at least like shoot the one that Maddie's going after.
What's
the range on my gun? It's 7.
Pretty far. It's like 70, 120, or 90 something. I don't remember.
Far as fuck.
Let me take a look. Well, it wouldn't be spellcasting.
Unless.
Okay. How do I hover over the items like information?
I don't know what you mean. I usually just click it.
Okay.
I just usually click it.
I've clicked it. I've clicked it. Range increment is 90 feet.
Yes.
All right. Let's at least do a little ruler action here. Are you fucking kidding me?
That is 80 feet.
I don't think I have line of sight on that, but like if I just move a little bit forward.
If you sidestep
like over here.
Yeah, if you move up here, you'd probably have a cleaner line of sight. I would also be willing to say, if you want, you could move into position and then ready an action to shoot as soon as you see one.
Well, I think there's no harm in just shooting the one that I can see right now.
Gotcha.
And then shooting the others as they come. That feels like a good way to go about things. It doesn't tell me how far this is. Can somebody measure this?
Oh, here. That is 25 feet.
Oh,
Move
that's
right
my
here.
max for one turn, isn't it?
For one action.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can see the corner of this one right here.
I'm going to try taking that shot then.
Go for it. Shoot.
Oh, they got rid of like the little toolbar up top.
Yeah, a lot of the modules are still being updated. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay. I can figure this out.
I believe.
Okay. I've opened the character sheet.
So if you go to actions, you should see the boastful hunter.
Actions. It exists. It's real.
There you go.
All right.
That will hit.
Nice.
This is not a beast.
Thank you for clarifying.
7. That's good. 7 damage. Respectable.
Yeah, not bad.
So you
then-
line up a shot in position and then take a crack at it, and it just echoes throughout the whole room, in through this atrium, through the hallway. It is so loud. So no ear protection being worn, ishly loud.
Yeah. I think Hylas shakes his head a little bit, like, whew. Good comment on the acoustics, if he could.
Malp.
I think, okay, so I use movement, action, or attack. I think my last one has to be reloading.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to
I
figure
will
out if
let
there's a
you
button.
covered reload against the bookshelf.
Thank you.
Just tuck yourself against the R section here. R for reload.
Yeah.
Okay. That's your full turn, and then it's going to be Willow's turn.
Is gonna move up here. See what's around here. Nothing! Yay!
Yes, you moving up there. I will tell you with that. You seem pretty certain that there's nothing coming from this direction, though the open door is intriguing to you.
This one.
Yes.
Close the door.
I mean, she doesn't hear anything, correct?
Correct. Nothing
So-
besides the insanely loud gunshot that just popped off.
So it's a standard action to move the full movement.
Yes, to move the full movement.
Anything.
I think Hylas calls back, sorry y'all, it'll happen again.
Sorry, it will happen again.
There's everyone clutching their ears. Saying sorry in advance.
Simultaneously in advance and too late.
It's both too early and too late.
How is Odd doing right now?
Odd seems to be fixated on this locked door.
No, she can deal with it then. Back here. Another standard. Do I have
Mhm.
Fuck, he's out of range. That's my turn.
Want to ready in action for anything? I'll let you ready in action.
I don't have anything that only costs 1 standard. All my spells and stuff cost 2. Can I use a two action thing?
You
ready?
can. I will let you ready a shot with your flame spitter gun, whatever the flame slayer, flame sprayer. The
Somebody comes in range, she'll shoot then.
fair. That's going to be your turn, which makes it this guy's turn. Sees you, Aang. Going to move with 1 action. It's going to attack with another action. Oof.
Oof. Oof, 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 oof,
Now,
oof.
technically, this is against the rules, but I am willing to bend here. I will let you use a hero point to re-roll my crit
Oh.
if you want.
Ooh.
That is very generous of you. I am okay taking the hit.
Okay. Then this is going to do a whopping 8 damage because it is doubled.
I will take 8. Okay. And this is not metal, right?
Correct. These are their
Okay.
natural claws.
I hate
Extremely based, not metal.
So it turns around the corner, scratches at you, and I'm going to roll a perception check for this creature. Nope. It's going to stay in place and it's going to try to bite you.
Hazel says hi. She tried to eat the mic.
Hi,
Aw.
Hazel.
Hi, Hazel.
Hi,
That's a miss.
Hazel.
It's going to be its
Aw.
turn.
Hi.
School down here. 1, 2, wait. 5, 10, 20. 20. And this one's going to attack Maddie. Claw. That's a hit. For 2. And then it's going to bite.
Oh no.
14. That is not a hit. But Maddie needs to make a fort save. Which she will likely pass. Exactly passes. Or, well, no, she more than passes. That's going to be its turn. This school. 5, 10, 15. It has to squeeze. 20, 25, but it can squeeze. So you can see Hylas as this thing, like, you can see that there's multiple of them. This one, as it squeezes around, you can hear like the popping and crinkling of bone as it worms its way past a too small gap between its friend and the wall. These things can squeeze themselves into incredibly tight confines, which kind of suits the enclosed nature of this dungeon. But it worms its way past to get to Maddie. It's going to bite and claw again, or claw and then bite. That's a 17, which is exactly a C. Give me that. For 3 damage. And then it's going to bite. One of these bites is going to hit. Eventually. But that's going to be its turn. It's going to be Lorelei and Pierre's turns. So Lorelei is going to stay in place and give Pierre, aid Pierre with shooting. He's going to point at it and then just kind of stammer, just like, shoot it. Pierre's going to be like, I was planning on it. And he pulls out his little pea shooter. He's going to run 5, 10, 15, 20. He will post up next to you, Hylas. And he is going to shoot his little flintlock.
Hylas gives a friendly little nod and smile.
That's going to be 17, which does hit.
Let's go.
Get their city population, Pierre. Holy shit, he dealt 9 damage.
Did you have the +1 from Paige?
Oh, you're right.
I forgot the +1 from Paige.
It's +1 damage too. So I will deal an additional damage for this and Pierre's. So that'll be 11 this hit, which almost kills it. The bullet flies true and hits it square in the chest and just tears out a whole mess of its like sides and ribs and bone.
I have a question, actually. What did Paige do on her turn? Because she did her
I did my Inspire Courage. So everyone gets a +1 to attack and damage and saves against fear effects. And then she also aided Hylas, so he gets another +1.
Okay, there's that other +1.
Mm-hmm.
But the second +1 is only
it's just to attack.
Just to attack.
Oh, okay. JK then.
Yes. But you are good for checking. That's going to be Pierre's turn because he's going to use his last action to reload. It's going to be this ghoul's turn, and this one's going to run around the corner. 5, 10, squeeze through here. 20, and surround Maddie completely.
Oh no.
So Maddie is flanked. That's going to be a hit because her AC is reduced by 2.
Oh no.
It's going to be 4.
She's thick, right? She'll be fine.
She's very thick. She has lots of health.
Okay.
And then it's going to bite. Nope. That's the wrong one. Ignore that. I have to roll with the -5. There we go. That is technically more accurate. And it is a miss. It's going to be their turn. Let me fast forward this down to Aang. It's your turn, Aang.
I have discovered some things I dislike. Did you know that leaping is not an acrobatics check?
It's not.
No, it's athletics.
I will let you do
Oh.
it with an acrobatics check.
All right. So I think the play here is to try and skirmish this a little bit and attack and then move back such that they have to file in one after
Single
the
file.
other. Yeah. So I will get 2 attacks off. I will try to attack both of them, and then I will try to move backward. Is what the basic shape of this is going to be. So I'm going to
Gotcha.
attack the one to my right
Mm-hmm.
with the scythe.
Swing.
Oh,
Ooh.
Hey.
Let's
Wow.
fucking go!
Turn around.
that's
Kill,
nat 20. Yes, and roll damage here, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, and I don't know if it doubles it automatically, but if it doesn't, we can just double it ourselves.
I
Mhm.
think it's higher than double on a scythe.
That's
Let's see.
11.
Hold on,
Plus
let me
1.
see. Scythe. Pathfinder
12.
2e autofills in my thingy.
Oh, because it's a deadly. It's a deadly weapon.
weapon. Yes.
So on a critical hit, you add an extra D10.
Okay.
So for a rapier, for example, a rapier with greater striking deals 2d8. Yeah, so you would deal.
An extra d10.
Yes.
And d10.
Oh my Christ.
Plus 1.
Plus 1.
19.
Every
For
No,
fucking
20.
19.
hit.
20. That's 20.
Every point matters, damn it.
For 20 damage. You just. Oof. And it is like the most deft anime swoop where there is like a soft gust of wind after your scythe comes through, and this creature just is pulped. It's pulped.
This is very Castlevania hours. Thank you, Aang. All right. Let's see how this attack is doing now. The second one. How do I fucking target?
If you go to the left-hand side of the screen,
I see the little bullseye. There we
Yeah.
go. Thank you. All right. So this is at penalty -5.
12 for 14.
15?
Just because of the plus
15.
one.
Yes.
Yep, the
Plus
plus one. The plus one hits.
Plus
Let's
one
go!
is doing work.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paige.
The bardic plus one really
The
coming into
support!
it.
I wouldn't be here without you.
Let's
All
fucking
right.
go!
Let's fucking go. 10 is
And
solid.
plus one for
Plus
11.
1, 11.
11. You
God damn,
don't
these
kill
plus
this one in
ones.
one hit, but you do lop off a chunk of it.
All right.
Lop off like one of its arms as this thing just like recoils.
All right. And then for my last trick, Aang will move over here to continue her secondary job of keeping the squishies safe by
Please.
blocking this off.
Oh.
Okay. Action, and action.
Mhm.
And that is the end of your turn. At the top of the round, it's going to be this ghoul's turn, who is going to duck through the wall or duck through the door here. 1, 2, 3. Move in. As it gets closer to the light, Aang, you can see this, but it doesn't. The clothing doesn't mean anything to you in the way that it would for someone else.
Mhm.
This ghoul is wearing a lab coat.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh
Oh,
no.
no.
Oh,
no.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
fucking
no.
knew you were about to give us the Chernobyl rakes. God damn it.
And now he's gonna rush in, and I'm gonna roll perception before he attacks you.
Okay.
To see
What is he perceiving?
22. So on the outside here,
Mhm.
there has been blood spilled. It's been Maddie who has bled. So it 5, 10, 15, it holds its nose up to the air and sniffs. And you can see the eyes, like the pupils dilate, and it's going to squeeze past you.
Does that
Mhm.
provoke?
Do you have an attack of opportunity?
Oh, right, because I don't, because it's fucking, because fighters only have those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
It's
so
gonna-
fucked.
It dips one way and then slides to the other, and it will bend and crackle and press itself to the wall and slip underneath you, Aang.
What the
And it
fuck?
jumps out from behind you. And I will toss a coin here. We're gonna roll a d6. Where's my d6? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, hot. Yeah, this is fine. So you want the middle values. 2. It's gonna attack you, Willow.
I
Or
am
it's gonna
so
try.
sorry.
It's gonna
Aang
attack
tried.
with the jaws first. For a 25.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. She's a witch primary, so there is no way in hell it's missing anything.
What's her AC?
13.
Oh,
So that's a crit. That's 10 over the AC for a crit. So this will deal double damage.
Wait a minute. Which
Bite.
one is attacking Willow?
this one.
This one.
I squeezed past
Is it
Aang.
invisible for you?
Well, it's not invisible, but isn't Willow like way up here?
No, Willow's right here.
No, Willow moved back down.
Oh, Willow's like up here for me.
Yeah, see,
Ah.
I can't see Willow down there. I see hers up
Willow
there.
is right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boundary, why are you being weird?
Boundary, why'd you have to
It is
update?
going to deal 14 damage,
Oof.
and you will need to make me
Ooh.
a fortitude save.
Ooh.
You don't have any penalties against this. It's just a standard fortitude save.
Nope, nope.
You get +1.
Wait. It killed me. Fuck.
What?
What?
I was trying to adjust my HP, and it just fucking killed me instead because I deleted it and it turned to 0.
Oops.
Can we get a quick res on
Yeah.
Willow?
Can I get my shit back, please?
Yes. Let me.
Is it just like, oh, you dropped everything. Everything is gone.
Yeah.
There you go. She
Quick.
lives. Ignore the wounded condition you have.
Does that automatically factor into shit?
Wounded? Yeah, wounded will
Okay,
do
they're all
that.
gone.
I just got rid of them.
Thank
Cool,
you.
cool.
That's 14, 6, 15. There we go.
There you go.
And then a fort save, you said.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna go. Hey, do I? No, it's only on saves against sphere effects.
True.
Unfortunately.
That is a well more than
Ooh.
enough to
That's a
pass.
chunky fort save, though.
Hell yeah.
So you are safe against its paralytic toxin. It's got movement and it's squeezed. It is going to try and hit you with the claws. Because I've been doing their attacks backwards. It's supposed to be bite and then claw, not claw and then bite, but that's fine. It's going to hit you with a 19. So it's not a crit this time. But it's coming in with 1d4 plus 1 for 3 damage. And that's going to be its turn as it rips past Aang and starts to attack Willow. But
Bruh.
Dee Dee is here. Dee Dee
We're flanking.
will save the day.
We're flanking, Kindred.
Dee Dee, to be fair, Dee Dee has to be here to flank it because it's medium sized. But she is going to move there. She will step up and she will flank with you.
There would be flanking at the other, well, at least in 1E, but.
And 1E, I rule flanking as a little bit more strict because flanking is really strong.
All right.
So you have to draw a straight line through it. But it does make flanking larger creatures easier.
Mhm.
But with this, Dee Dee is flanking, and Dee Dee is going to try and claw this thing, which she will absolutely crit.
Ooh.
So she sidesteps in and is going to spear. She takes a step to the left and will just like throw her hand out and catch this thing in the throat. And she's just holding her hand there. The creature is still alive, like grasping and clawing, trying to reach Willow, but it is held aloft by Dee Dee's claw. And it is effectively dead. It just doesn't know it yet. And Dee Dee just whips her hand back and forth like a quick, like whipping gesture. And it completely severs the creature's head. It's gone.
Ooh.
Put. And that will be Dee Dee's turn.
I just realized. Shit.
What's up?
What?
I had a thing in my head, Joe, that I don't know that I ever discussed with you.
What's
that
up?
Willow is below half health. So
Oh,
the other Willows kind of take over at that point.
so you have the you want inner odd to take over?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
I'd still like
I
to
think-
be able to choose what is
Yeah.
happening, but if you want to describe what happens.
Yes. So odd, there's like a moment where you have this kind of wavering and your consciousness flickers a little bit. And out of the corner of your eye, you can see the other you, the odd you, just staring at you, like that kind of gormless, empty stare. But it's more like pointed and more directed. And she reaches out with a hand and just takes control, assumes direct control. I will give you some things because now that Odd has taken the reins, you would learn some things.
Wait. Willow's never gone below half before. Yeah, Jedi. There's a lot of Willows.
There are, and that's just the ones that are currently with Willow. There's probably like 30 more at
Additional
other
willows.
places.
We sell willows as DLC that you can just add onto this willow.
Mhm. Yeah, there was a Willow conference a while back. Iris!
Have an Iris?
Do we have an Iris?
You're muted in Discord, Iris, if you're here.
Is it plus one Willow? Yes, yes. This is just Secret Friends, the campaign.
Pretty much.
Here you go.
Mhm.
Are we in combat with Dee Dee?
No,
Um,
no.
Oh.
Yes, but no.
I'm so sorry. Not yet.
You sounded
What
so excited.
Oh, I mean, oh, really?
You're surrounded by ghouls who we're pretty sure are actually undead researchers because they have lab coats on.
Yeah.
And Maddie is almost completely, if not completely, surrounded because I only see 3, but I think there's supposed to be 4 down there.
I don't even see me. Oh, wait, no, I do see me.
There you
All the
go.
way at the bottom.
Why don't I have vision of myself?
I don't know.
That's a
a
very
good
philosophical
question.
question, isn't it?
Who does have
Can
vision
you
on
fix that,
themselves,
please?
really?
I don't know how.
Like,
Track
Uh,
your token?
I see Maddie's token, but it's like grayed out as like here.
Oh,
well,
dark vision.
that's
because you're
fine.
in the
That's
dark.
dark vision.
Yeah. That's because you're there's no light source near you, so you're going off of dark vision, which is black and white.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you're
I
good.
don't see anything else other than these two doors here.
Huh.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's
I just
odd.
see Maddie in gray, in like blue gray. Like I can show you what I mean.
A dragon redropped Maddie.
There
that
we
helpful?
go. Yes,
There you go.
that's cool.
Yay!
Okay.
Just in
Yeah, you're
time for
surrounded.
Maddie's turn, too.
Which I think is what you would want.
Yes, please. Thank you.
And also,
Mhm.
you deleted her from initiative.
Yes, you did.
She went right
Hmm.
before Paige.
Okay, I'm glad you remembered.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna throw this as a 22. There we
I just gotta
go.
remember what the fuck I have available to me.
Start
Big
swinging.
weapons.
You got a +1.
But Z, did you you now have or should have a message that details like some of the things Odd can sense?
Yes, I do.
Then that's going to be the end of Dee Dee's turn, so it'll be Maddie's turn. If you are ready, Iris. If not, that's totally okay.
I can be. I have a hammer. I have a hammer to hammer with.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
That's all that matters.
You are not hurting for targets.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet,
Take your
sweet.
pick.
I don't know why, but when I heard like, oh yeah, you're surrounded, and I saw this, I'm like, ah, perfect. This would be great for the Genesis system, but not this. God damn it.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you not have cleave yet?
At death's door, healthy. Well, if this one's at death's door, let's kill it.
Go for
Let's
it.
go.
True.
Right?
Peak Maddie energy.
Did it work? Did it roll?
I don't see anything yet.
Is it because it's not my turn in initiative?
Oh, you know what? It might be. There you go. Now
There
try.
we go.
Merci. Let's see. Straight. Roll, and it's a +1 to it for some reason.
Yes.
Yes.
Some pitch.
Oh, wait. Whoa.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
That first. That's important.
Yes.
So apply effect.
Oh, actually, that's been buffed.
What?
Yes. Technically,
That no
you
longer
can
takes
rage
an action.
now. Yeah, it's a free action.
Let's
It's not released
go.
yet. It's not actually like in a
Oh.
published book, but it's going to be that way. I am willing to say that you can have that buff now because
Fuck yes.
it should be a free action anyway.
Hell yeah.
Let's
Woo!
go.
My rules lawyering for good.
You're our
Thanks,
lawyer.
Thanks, Kira. Thanks, Joe. High five through the screen. You can't see me doing it, but anyways.
Tuesdays, she's a prosecutor. On a Wednesday, she's a defense attorney.
Straight. Roll.
Amy, I'm going to give you inspiration for that because that's funny. Also, I will
Yay.
give you inspiration, Willow, for if you choose to pursue one of the odd inquiries
Oh, yeah.
for as long as you like.
Not until after the
Uh,
combat's over, but yes.
Yes. For a 21, Madigan, that'll absolutely hit.
Delete it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
and
right
then-
now, the one that's at death's door is going to pulp.
Perfect.
To pulp it. Absolutely crush it. It had 2 health.
So damage.
Pulped.
Pasted.
Gone.
Hmm.
You spread him
now-
all over the sidewalk like jelly on toast.
I think more like a
Okay,
jelly
I'm gonna
donut.
stop eating now. You
You gotta stop eating during weird.
It has been a long day, okay?
You relearn this lesson at least once a month.
Yeah.
So then strike is the -5, right?
Yes.
And I'm hitting the one to the right.
To the right. 6 plus
Correct.
7. That
+1.
+1 for an 8. An 8 will not do it.
God
You
damn it.
could re-roll it. You rolled really badly.
Sure. I'll use the hero point to do that. So we get one free anyways, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Always start with 1.
Let's go.
Well, that is better.
Well, makes it a
That's a
9.
9. A 9 does not hit either.
Well, fuck.
Are you sure, Joe?
I will refund your, because I encouraged you. I will refund your hero point because I feel bad.
Well, I
What are
still
the
get a third
chances?
attack, right?
Yeah, you do. It's going to be -10.
Sure. Let's try it.
I don't think a -10 will hit at all, right?
It could. It could. You'd have
It's
to roll
only a
real good.
-4. It's actually a -4.
Oh.
No, the map goes from -5 to -10, but it's reduced if you have an agile weapon.
Actually, double. Can I demoralize? Can I do that?
Yeah, you can. You can roll
Yeah, I'll do that.
an intimidation check.
Sweet. I'll do that.
Get him.
I got a whole bunch
Need
of
to beat-
intimidation stuff.
Yeah, you need to beat their will save, which their will save is not super great. These things are agile. They are not necessarily like willfully strong or fortitudinous.
I don't know if there are any bonuses to this, but
That is enough. You will demoralize this one. How do you
Insult
scare
it.
Cause is it have a consciousness, or like does it think, I guess, or is it more mindless?
So these things they're ghoul related. They're in the ghoul family. So they are conscious in the same way that like a vampire is conscious. They're just less intelligent, or not less intelligent, but rather more feral.
So I'm gonna roleplay this miss out really well, right? So
Mhm.
she pulps the one that was over here, and she slowly turns to this one and goes to swing at it. It misses, but she's still covered in shit, and she's
True.
like staring at it in like a what's that one horror movie, the Here's Johnny thing?
The shiny?
The Shining.
That one.
Cracks the floor tile with the hammer.
Oh,
You're
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, that's the implication there.
amazing.
Go off, Maddie.
Perfect.
That's my turn.
Yeah. Paige.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna recast Inspire Courage.
Woo.
And Willow's looking pretty rough, if I remember correctly.
She looks more than rough because I imagine when Odd takes over, there is a nice little purple glow to her eyes. Not normally there.
Oh, Paige doesn't like that. Paige is wondering who the fuck's home, because I don't think that's fucking summer or winter.
Kind of slump shoulders rather than the proper posture.
Oh, that's reminding her of the one that was sitting in the bathtub, slumped over, huh? That's... You know what? It's still Willow's body. So, if it's injured, don't want the friend to die. So we're gonna go ahead and cast a soothe. For
Ooh.
Just a little soothe for a chunky. If I wait, base damage is okay. I'm just gonna click the button.
Yeah.
12
healing.
healings.
Wow.
That's almost all she lost. Thank you.
Support Paige to the fucking rescue.
Paige is doing fucking work this session, dude.
I think the teamwork is just its peak.
All right,
Mhm.
all right. So we're gonna go ahead. Everyone still has their +1 to attacks and damages. Willow, welcome back. Not really. I don't know if Odd's still piloting, but either way, you're no longer dying. Paige is doing her job. End of her turn. Hylas, please shoot the thing.
If
Okay.
Silas doesn't,
That's-
Willow will.
Yep.
Now, just checking, just making sure. They're both still down here, right?
Yeah.
Because I still see Willow up here.
Yes.
Willow is over here, right? She's in between.
yes.
She's above Dee Dee.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Anyway, so I'm gonna start shooting. Da, da, da. $19.
18, that is a hit.
All right. That's a 3.
That's gonna be a 3.
3. So with a 3, you aim, you dead center. Which one are you shooting at?
I'm gonna go for. I was targeting this one.
Frightened one? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you will deal 3 to this one, because as you're aiming, you have it dead to rights, and then there's a jerk from the gun as the boastful hunter goes, "I want a beast," and then yanks the whole gun bodily.
I think Hylas
Are you fucking
kind of like
kidding me?
centers the gun again, and he goes, "Are you kidding, partner? I gave you beast." Not even this morning.
Not even this morning.
What about second beast?
Okay. And then I think I have to do a covered reload and then or I have to reload and then hit again. I think that's my thing. I think that's how that works.
Shoot, action, reload, action, shoot. Sounds good to me.
Yes. All right, there's that, and then I do the silly little the one next to the +8 attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
+1.
That is a 14 plus 1 will hit.
Let's go.
All right.
What's also frightened, which does reduce its AC.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
4.
5?
5,
Five.
you're right.
Yeah.
5.
+1s are important, damn it.
You hit it in the shoulder and just tear off a chunk of its deltoid.
I think, yeah, Hylas like adjusts his hat and puts a little more muscle into keeping the gun in place. For this next shot, yeah.
When you like lost control of it, like the gun nearly leapt out of your hands sideways, Pierre was looking at you like, "What are you doing?" He doesn't say anything, but he is like, "Bro, where
Bro,
is your trigger
please.
discipline?"
I think Hylas is just gonna bat his eyelashes, like trying to get Pierre not to worry about it.
After he said, "I just gave you beast," not even this morning.
Then that'll be your turn, correct?
Yeah, that's me.
On to Willow.
All right, Willow, what's going on up there, huh?
Willow's just kind of almost glide past down here. dropping the flame sprayer and just lift a hand, and this one we're gonna do a phase bolt.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Range spell attack.
That's gonna hit.
And does the +1 apply to spells?
Any
It's
attack.
just all attack and damage.
Okay.
So 22. It's not enough to crit, but it is enough to hit. Blah, 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 blah.
14 total.
13. Sorry, 14.
44? Holy shit.
How does this look, Willow? Because you kill it. How do you kill it?
There's just a glow to her eyes that then almost seems to travel down to her hand as she lifts it and just flicks it upward. And just a shock of purple goes flying down range.
Amazing.
Like straight through the center of the head.
It is a clean shot. A noiseless gun firing a soundless bullet.
That's her turn.
It's going to be the last and only ghoul's turn. The ghoul is going to go all in on you, Maddie, because you are the meal, and it has no survival instinct.
Bring it.
It's coming in with an 18 to hit, which I believe hits.
Yeah,
You are
it
not
does.
wounded anymore. But that's going to be 1d6 plus 1 as it chomps down on your arm for 5 damage.
Goodbye, temp HP. I knew thee well.
It's just going to bite again for a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's going to bite again for 3 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Just chomping as hard as it possibly can. And it is going to swipe at you with its claws as it noshes down on with one arm. It's just going to kind of swipe at you for 9. That does a miss. That is its entire turn. It will be Lorelei's turn. Lorelei is going to look at Willow, watch Willow move. He's going to chase after. So 5, 10. Get about here because moving at an angle sucks. She is chasing after you. She's not yelling anything, but she looks concerned and confused. And sees the magic thing happen and is bewildered. I want to rule that she would try to help, but doesn't really know how to, because in this moment she is just confused and a little less surprised than you would expect, but still a little surprised.
She could pick up the flame sprayer if she wants to do something.
That's a good point. She'll grab the flame sprayer and she will elbow past Pierre to take a shot at the ghoul. Don't know if I have a melee attack for her. I do. Nice. It's not going to be good, but she's going to try. It goes wide.
Technically.
It's a melee attack, actually.
Yeah, technically it's a range attack, and she should be able to use her intelligence.
She can?
Yeah, that's the ruling on it.
Ah.
That if the wielder of the weapon is a member of the Delaunay family, they use their intelligence instead of their dex.
Huh.
You are correct. You are correct. Cool. So I will re-roll that in favor of her. It's a much better roll with a slightly better bonus.
Look at that.
She's gonna hit with the flame sprayer. How much damage does the flame sprayer do?
1d6 fire on a successful hit.
1d6 fire. That's going to be 2 fire.
3 fire.
3 fire. 3 fire. I'm glad you remind me of that.
And for all of Paige's
Hmm.
existence, I always have to remember, you guys have a +1. You guys have a plus. You guys add a blue. Back when we were in Genesis. Now we're back to +1s.
That's going to be her turn. It's going to be Pierre's turn. Pierre is going to excuse himself and step out in front of Lorelei.
Just put
And he is
elbowing to the
going
front.
to-
Elbowing to the front.
Yeah, it's just like, you should stay behind me. It's just like, I don't give a shit what you say. And he is going to shoot. Shoot. That's a miss. That's a bad miss. It's not a crit
Rip.
fail, at least. Reload and fire again. Nope. Still not a crit fail. So the gun's
Rip.
not jamming. He's just missing. Just like bang. Fuck. Trying to reload it frantically, cramming a new bullet into it, and then turning it back and then firing and missing again. Just like, shit. Hitting the side of the gun, panicking.
Aw.
Bang. It's your turn. The party has moved south.
All right. How are we handling moving through party members?
You
Is it
can move
double?
freely through them.
Okay. Then Aang will move.
Walk over Paige.
Yes, she will elbow past Paige and maybe do a sick jump past Willow. Wait, shit. I can't move because I collide with the wall. Here we go.
Whoop.
And then here. Bam.
Whoosh.
That's
Fast as fuck.
yeah, that's 2 moves, so I can only do 1 attack.
Jesus. He's so fat.
I
Jesus.
can move. I've got 40 move speed.
It's insane.
Yeah, so let me see here. Oh right, I don't have that thing yet. Next level, I will have a thing that synergizes very well with this particular situation. I do not have it now. All right, attacking. With scythe.
Does a 13
four-
hit?
A 14? Does a 14 hit?
I will give it to you on a 14.
Because I'm right next to
It's-
Maddie.
You are right next to Maddie. Technically, this isn't flanking, but I will give it to you on a 14. It's the last one.
Oh no, it has nothing to do about flanking. It's Aang's oath.
Oh, you're right.
Let's go.
Alright, and then roll damage.
There you go. With a 13, it's not dead, but it's much closer.
+1.
14.
14.
It's
Wait,
even
15?
closer. 15. It's even closer. But it's still not dead.
One step closer to the edge.
Oh my god.
It's so close to the edge. Don't
And
you
it's about to
push
break.
me.
Yeah, that's it for Aang.
Perfect.
Turn.
Dee Dee is going to daintily skip down to join the crew. Maddie, you can take your turn because Dee Dee is going to take too long. If you want to try and finish this thing off.
Dee Dee
Finish
doesn't have
it.
hooves to propel her.
So, have y'all played Borderlands?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, you can start describing the idea that you have and then pretend that you made it up. Like it's all completely original,
Yeah.
not from something.
We won't tell anybody.
We won't tell Big Borderlands.
Big Borderlands.
Just reminded slightly of Tiny Tina.
Oh,
It
I know
just-
her.
Just fucking awesome. But anyways, that's 14.
14. I will.
No,
give
it's
it
not.
there.
It's a 15.
Oh wait, I get the bonus too.
I thought it was both of us, but I could be wrong. If you don't want to give it to both, that's okay.
I don't remember what the bonus was to be clear. But I will give it to you and Maddie. So that can be a 15 with the bonus from Aang and the Bardic. So that will get there. God damn it.
That should
There's a
do
bug
it.
on my screen. Yes. How do you want to do this for this last ghoulish scientist?
It becomes an accordion.
You hit it on the top of the head and it just crunches and all the way down.
I think accordions are
Accordion!
bring back up.
What?
I think accordions are supposed to spring back up.
A broken accordion. Sorry.
I don't know what's more horrific. Let's go.
You've done it.
You wanna know what's the
Hell
most
yeah.
horrific thing? Paige realizing that she's off by herself.
I feel like the second combat is over, Paige is just sprinting up.
I think
Her
as
tiny
soon
fucking
as
legs.
the last one is taken care of, Hylas looks back over at Paige, just checking that she's in one piece. She's doing okay.
She looks around, deep breath, relief, realizes she's alone.
He gives her a thumbs up.
I can't move.
Let us
Well-
out of turn order. Let us out of turn order. There we go.
There you go.
Yay.
I like it.
How's Willow looking?
I imagine as like the last one is like being crunched to bits. There's a slow breath. And there's a bit of a struggle. I don't know how much Odd wants to fight. Is Odd in a fighting mood today, Joe?
No. Odd is not in a fighting mood, not yet.
So there's just a little bit of a push back and forth. And I imagine like Willow just kind of like swings an arm out in the midst of it, ends up as Dee Dee is the closest, grabbing Dee Dee's upper arm as she steadies herself. He kind of blinks back to reality.
Here rushes back to get to you, Paige. Lorelei steps in front of you, Willow, and puts a hand on the hip.
Blinking, then look straightens up and realizes she has grabbed Dee Dee and just like, oh, sorry about that.
No
Straightens herself
trouble.
out.
She pats you on the head. Or pats you on the hand.
Looks at
Are
Lorelei.
you going to... She is not mad, but she's perturbed in some way. She just tilts her head and just goes, am I going to have to ask you to explain yourself, or are you just going to give me an explanation?
There's kind of a purse of the lips. Glancing around. I will. I have to tell you, don't I? After we get out of here, I promise. But it's a very long story.
She narrows her eyes.
I said I promise.
Fine. She will stand up straight and then carefully put the flame sprayer in one hand and then hand it to you, handle forward.
There's a little bit of surprise on Willow's face as she takes it. Like, Lynx, how did that get in your hand? Takes it and starts like checking it over really quickly. Oh, Thank you. DJ
Maddie
also
will
looking
turn
at
to
her
Aang.
sideways. Sorry.
I was saying Maddie will turn to Aang and be like, you saw that too, right?
Referring to Willow shooting things, or
Yes.
uh,
That wasn't just like a trick of the eye or
I imagine that Aang has immediately started fussing over Maddie and is like, trying to wipe some of the blood off. She's not getting very far, but she's trying. She did the thing where she like takes out a handkerchief from somewhere, licks it a little bit, and then like tries using that, and it's a shit show.
Oh.
it's just smearing.
It's just smearing, but she's trying so hard. And she frowns a little bit. I did. 'Tis a matter of worry, but we should rejoin when we are feeling capable of such.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know why I wouldn't feel fine.
Mhm.
I'm curious what that was, though.
Aang will move her head this way and that. Oh wait, I can't move. Oh wait, that's because I'm a fool. I'm a fool. There we go. And as they're walking, responds, Willow is no ordinary mortal. Perhaps 'tis something of that nature.
Well, I mean, I could have told you that. Have you looked at her?
There's just a blink from Aang. Just a blink. Hi. She just does not get it. She does not get the joke you just made.
It wasn't a joke.
Yep. Rejoin party.
I mean, yeah. Here, actually, if Maddie could be walking up when they're talking, she'll address Bo and be like, "You'll explain it to us too, right? Because it looks like you've been holding back on us."
Willow looks less enthused by that.
There's a
Hylas, for the record, has no idea what any of you were talking about.
World's most oblivious men.
Aang will look
He's
from.
known you guys like a day. This is all normal for him.
Hylas has been through enough. He's been such a champ about what he has seen and heard already.
None of this is coming as shocking news. He's accepting this all as, oh, this is the vibe.
But again, far be it from us to pry on the nature of our companions.
But no, because she asks us a whole bunch of questions. We should be able to ask too.
Aye, and should we not treat others as we wish to be treated?
Yeah, I
There's
don't think I can read your point.
there's a level look from Aang.
When Aang, just like Aang didn't get what Maddie said, Maddie's not getting what Aang's saying here.
Aang will turn toward Willow. Art thou in good health?
She kind of looks down and sees where her clothes have been ripped by the creature. Just kind of like pokes at them, sees that they've been healed. I seem to be rather well.
Then
Nothing that won't heal over time.
There's a nod from Aang and a grateful smile. And then she turns to Maddie
and continues. Then that be the extent of our worries and questions for the moment.
Maddie looks like she wants to say more, but she just it's like no, fine, whatever. We got places to be.
We do. In fact, there's more in this place than we thought.
Sure are a lot of doors.
Hylas, I
part of the
love you so
conversation.
much.
Hylas, you beautiful specimen. This is why people want to eat you. You're looking more delectable by the second.
So, Joe, can I get a...
Yes.
So I know the person is like, hold on, metric tool, like this direction, right? Can you see
No,
my
the
measure-
person is technically in the opposite direction. This
This-
direction.
This direction?
Uh,
That direction.
only that direction. This one right now.
Okay.
That direction.
And then looking at the list of things at the bottom of the thing you sent me. So that's
Uh-huh.
number 1. What direction is
Yep.
number 2?
Number 2 is. Can you see my measuring tool? Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Okay. So from where you are, it would be this way. You have to go in this direction rather.
Okay. And then number 3.
You would have to go in the same direction.
Okay.
Though they are not in the same place, you know this. They are just coincidentally in the same direction from where you're starting.
Gotcha.
Hi, Winnie.
Well, it was like, turned around, there's more in this dungeon. And you see her like looking down the tunnel and looking more over her shoulder, direction the Aang was. They have a sneaking suspicion that we should investigate all of it, not just the girl. Might have more questions than we could think of. More answers.
Egg nods, looks to Maddie, looks to Willow. Shall we scout ahead for thee?
Well, it just kind of shakes her head slightly. I think we've just established that getting too far separated leads to rather more bloodshed than we like.
I agree. I thought it's a good idea for us to be far apart.
So let's go over here. I was gonna give Paige a little nod.
I can see
Thanks.
Willow again.
She knows that she was healed by Paige because she's the only other one that would be capable of that shit.
It's another nod from her, look of concern.
She's gonna open the door. Let me open the door. Out. I can't.
This door is locked. It's locked. You gotta deal with the lock.
Drag Pierre to the door, please.
Like opens it, jiggles the handle, turns around, and I think the two of you have the skills for this. Steps aside.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a thievery check.
With Paige assisting.
I forgot. I'm supposed to be rolling for Pierre.
I mean, if you want to give me a sheet, I can roll for him.
No, his sheet is a mess. It's
Oh,
I will do his little rolling.
okay.
He has a pretty sizable bonus, and you're assisting.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that's plenty. Pierre awkwardly steps forward and just goes. He feels weird being identified as someone who's good at this because he's normally supposed to not be proud of this thing. So he just awkwardly steps
Yeah.
forward and he's just like, okay. It takes him about half a minute, and he click pops the lock, and he'll push the door in, and is immediately like, "Oh God!" And he takes a step back, and will cover his mouth.
Oh, no.
The inside, it smells like death. There is a wafting corpse-like smell, and it's right around this moment that the corpses of these creatures, the smell of them starts to hit your nose, and it becomes very apparent that there's no windows in this place. The scent has just kind of sat here and festered and grown and stunk up the place. It is a rancid, deathy smell all bound.
I remind that I have a face mask. It is in my inventory, and it is equipped.
Paige is
gave
going
us
to.
all hankies.
We have hankies, and also Paige is going to go ahead and cast prestidigitation, and by that I mean she's going to spray perfume around her, so smells a bit better around her.
That's a skeleton at a table.
That sure
It is
does look like it.
slightly
Bones.
more than a skeleton. It is like a corpseified mummy person. Like they're not mummified, obviously, but they are. There's a little bit more than bones on them, which is where the smell comes from. But they are sat upright, and you can see that they have some implement, a sharp implement, and are prostrate out against a desk. There's blood stains all over the desk and some of the papers.
Are they also in a lab coat?
This one, no, but their attire is very studious. They wear like a cardigan.
Oh.
Look at the papers on these desks.
Nerd.
Yes.
Of the papers, a few of them are doing bits of math, bits of chemistry. There are physics notes that refer to periodic elements, some of which you don't recognize, Willow, some of which you imagine are probably ones that are new and have been discovered since the weirding. There's a handful you do recognize. Hydrogen, helium, oxygen. There's nothing incriminating on these notes. It just seems as though they were doing some kind of chemistry or atomic study.
That's true. The papers on all the desks.
Yes, though there is a mention of one name on this southern desk here. There is a name that says Marie keeps stealing my things, and it's just written on the notes.
Wait,
Like
Marie,
in the
what?
notes. Marie keeps stealing my things.
Hmm.
I will write this out. It's Marie, Marie.
Let's go. First try.
Well, each paper she looks at and kind of skims over, she'll set back down. Not picking up and taking any of them right now. And we'll walk over here, open this door.
Inside here, you see a private collection of books. But unfortunately, most of these books have been stripped off of the shelf. There's only a few that remain, but you can see that this room housed what amounted to probably a private collection of some kind. And in the middle of the room, there is a kind of makeshift bed. There's a tipped over bookshelf and mattress and blanket and pillow laid atop it. Long nights.
So, looks there for a moment, starts heading out. We'll just close this door. Research here is far more advanced than I could ever think of. Even what we're doing at the university seems small by comparison.
So what do you think are we doing?
Well, advancing just about every science that I can think of. Physics, chemistry, moving beyond alchemy.
Lorelai, like, kind of deflatedly puts a hand on her chin and just goes, "That's a shame they weren't helping us at the Clockworkers Guild."
Willow nods a little bit, and then you see kind of her nod turn into the side-to-side head motion. Yes, well, it's a shame, but at the same time, I cannot blame them. Termarked for all its usefulness. Church does have a stranglehold on it. Perhaps that's why they ended up here.
Lorelai just kind of crosses her arms, and she doesn't disagree with you. She just like, don't remind me. So they have a group of renegade scientists who live underground and start their own university in the woods. Is that what this is?
Perhaps. That, or they just ended up here after the evening and never ventured far out.
How long do you think they were here? Lorelai is going to pull a random book off of the shelves, which are not completely empty. There are a lot of books here. Willow, roll me a D100.
Go. Go.
She pulls one off of the shelf and just turns it over in her hand. And she like turns on her heel and comes back over, and Will is holding it, just flipping through a couple pages. It seems like a mathematics notebook from 97. Not that long ago, but a few years, at least.
Really long
Do you
enough
think
for
they've-
all of them to look like this.
How long do you think they've been here? And how recently do you think it all went to shit?
So we're talking like within the past 5 years that some of these dates are written, right?
Easily.
And corpses, from my understanding, should not look like that. If they're anything less than like a decade.
Mm-hmm. And you've studied, at least briefly, some ghouls, and you know a little bit about ghoul fever. Between you and Maddie, Maddie's training as a hunter. If she assists you, you can roll me knowledge nature, or not knowledge nature, lore, an appropriate lore that you might think would help, or you can roll nature.
So Willow kind of like looks at the date, hears Lorelai's question, kind of frowns, and look over her shoulder towards Maddie. Maddie, you've dealt with ghouls, correct?
Yeah, a few times.
You come here for a second and double check something with me.
Okay.
She'll walk over to where this ghoul is dead over here. And you would Maddie help?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The nature or inappropriate lore. Well, I have Odd right now. Odd would know something else. A planar. Don't know if that works.
If you roll me knowledge odd, you'll get some information, but it will entirely like color your view of what it is. Nature would probably be the most applicable still.
Or Arcana.
Arcana here is not actually as useful
Okay.
because this is more monster related, and the ghouls
have
aren't
hunting.
as magical. Lore hunting. You could do lore hunting. I would be willing to let Willow roll with your lore hunting bonus.
I have a 2.
So roll a nature with a +2.
Yeah.
Add 2. Not letting me. It's gonna be with an additional plus
That's fine.
4.
Gotcha. With a 24, Maddie, what you remember from training is ghoul fever is how ghouls are transmitted, or at least that's how they quote unquote reproduce, is ghoul fever. And ghoul fever is spread by infecting the blood from any sort of wound that transpires. Typically, ghoul fever takes about a week to set in, at which point the person starts to take on ghoulish features and they start to exhibit ghoulish behavior, like needing raw meat. Their like canines become elongated, their cheeks become kind of shallow and gaunt. But the ghouls that you are fighting here, these ones in particular are called Bauiks. Bauik. And Bauiks are like old ghouls. They are ghouls that have been ghouls for a while. And Bauiks are typically characterized because they have cannibalized the cannibals. Ghouls are a result of ghoul fever can spring up without any ghouls present if people are eating other people. It's not known yet how it works, but all that you know and all that hunters know, as far as they care, is that if you don't eat other people, you won't get ghoul fever. But Bauiks are ghouls that have resorted to eating more ghouls. That is spelled like that. So they have been food deprived for so long that they have eaten other ghouls to subsist. And it has drastically affected the way that their outward appearance is, making them more gaunt, making them more like feral and ravenous and less like there are ghouls that can speak. Functional ghouls, quote unquote, ones that are like able to coherently form sentences and not just animalistic hunger. Bauiks are not those. Do what?
Sorry, I read the fucking chat. Jedi, you're fucked up, man. Jedi said it. That's not FDA approved beef. Sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, like the stage at which these people were at, they have been ghouls for a while.
A while?
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 Damn.
And ghouls are pretty ravenous, so you imagine a Bowick. Like, you're not good at estimating it, but sharing it with Willow would probably be able to guesstimate it around 6 months to a year.
That's not that long.
Like Willow just like in talking with Maddie and going back and forth about this ghoul, she just shakes her head, like, still kind of crouched down, elbows resting on her knees. They're these things, and they come about after being a ghoul for a very long time. However, we have dates in some of these books from just 2-3 years ago. And some of these corpses have been here for, over a decade at the very least. None of the timelines of any of this are adding up. Can't coexist with any of these. Not in any way that would support research.
How long does it take to be the undead thing? Is it like an overnight thing, or is it more like a slow?
To reach the first stage of being ghouls takes a few days to a few weeks at the very least. To become that, she kind of looks towards Maddie. Good deal longer.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you gotta kind of catch it early to fix it. Which, by the way, above table here, do we need to worry about this?
Ghoul fever?
Yes.
You saw Willow get hurt.
Can you fix it?
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Full word.
that's okay. That's what Maddie would be like. Yeah, you kind of gotta get to it early, which turns to Willow, sees her injured. How deep is that wound? Grabbing, like getting really uncomfortably close.
Inspect.
Hold on. I have a thing. Did I make the thing?
Never walking Willow Jedi.
I did not make the thing this time.
New project?
Am I gonna have to make fortitude saves or something against this Joe?
You made a save already to resist it, but you don't feel any different right now. And above table, you are safe.
Well, even if she's like concerned about it, she like looks down, has the realization, and there's like a rather than fear, there is just annoyance. Yeah, I guess I know what I'm making at comp tonight. Above table, she can make both antidotes and anti-plague.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Anti-plague would
go.
do it.
Based. Welcome
And
back, whoever left.
just kind of waves
Fuck
her.
My internet went out when I was panicking.
Oh no!
Aww.
No!
Everything is fine. Not to worry.
Okay.
Yeah, Willow's already saved from it, but then Willow, like, in character doesn't know that, so she's like, I'm just gonna make anti-plague tonight. So she's kind of like waves her hand slightly at Maddie. Yeah, it's not going to set in within the next couple hours. When we take a next rest, I'll just make sure that I make some medicine. And then kind of tilts her head slightly, looks over at her shoulder at Hylas, and then at Pierre, and then at Paige. I will make several of them.
He does an affirming, empty-headed smile. Like he accepts this information.
Paige looks at her, and there's just relief at like, okay, you're good. You'll be fine. He's like, you'll make some more, presumably for the people that you just clocked. Just squints at Willow. It's not something that you eat. Yes?
Paige, if it's between taking medicine that tastes unpleasant and turning into a ghoul, take the medicine.
No.
Yeah, you'll hold down your sister and we'll give her medicine tonight.
I would rather die! She's gonna turn down the hallway.
Where are you going? You cannot hold for yourself like this.
Good luck running face
Fuck.
first into a ghoul.
Kira's gonna
Look.
march back there.
As they're leaving, Aang will talk to catch up and waves a hand. Perhaps I may include it in the food stuff you'd prefer.
No,
So
it
there's a-
might dilute it.
Hide it in a little cheese roll like a dog.
Yeah, a little cheese roll. This fucking
Horrible.
charcuterie board.
Willow's just like, don't make me break out the unfun stuff that will force you to take this. You're gonna take you're gonna take the potion.
Maybe
know
you could
those
make
Japanese-
an injectable.
Matt,
You know those Japanese treats where it's like one of these is super sour, and the whole thing is everybody gets one and nobody knows which one the sour one is. We should do that, but one of them will have the medicine in it.
No, Willow's just gonna get out a fucking like giant syringe like you do with a dog, squirt down the throat. As they're continuing further off, she'll lean forward to Maddie. Yeah, it doesn't hold her down, you will.
look, I've got the perfect trick, okay? What you do is you take the medicine and down a big thing of alcohol.
That might actually tempt her.
Can't say
Trust
shit,
me.
it probably would.
Hylas is
Trust
scratching
me, I
the back
hate that
of his
stuff
head
too.
like, shucks, is the taste really gonna be that bad?
No, she's being
Yes.
a baby.
Paige, you just hear the squawk in the distance. She's like, I couldn't still hear you.
Good! Then maybe you will actually take it to prove me wrong.
Mm.
Otherwise, you're acting like a child.
And speaking of children, Madigan, thou art aware that thou must needs consume this.
Oh, not the must needs.
Look, I have been headlocked one too many times to take that awful shit. I know.
See,
So
even
long as
Maddie's
thou
willing to
art
take it.
That is Earth choice.
Get a bunch of alcohol. I'm telling you, it helps. And I know you have some. I can smell it.
Well, of course I do. What kind of bartender would I be? But,
Hold on.
I'm just gonna look into the room. I can see.
You did just walk by another set of rooms.
This one was open.
Willow, you're getting that incessant pull to that one locked door from Odd, who
Back
is being cooperative, but barely.
this direction? Or here?
This direction.
And
Uh,
Willow kind of like looks at the line in front of her and then looks in the direction that she's getting the pool. I think you're going the wrong way around.
So which way is the highway?
And she'll just start walking. She'll go here first, so she's heading in the direction, but she is wanting to check everything in the path. Hopefully that is a minimal to odd.
She accepts this. Pierre is going to step out and like grab some random book, and he is stringing it up on like a bundle. He's just ripping pages out of it and stringing it up on a bundle, and he's going to make an impromptu torch. Shh.
You're hiding this.
Oh, I am a survivor. You know this. And he hands
This is
you a torch.
She'll take the torch.
Yeah,
What was the
my
book
light
he
back.
pulled out?
I was trying to see her shirt was open.
Says that your quantity of torches has dropped to 0.
What? Flame sprayer. It's infinite.
You have, yeah, you do have a flame sprayer, but I think this mod specifically looks for torches. So I'm going to give you a torch. There you go. Now you should be able to light it up again.
Hey, there we go.
Let's go.
There you go. In here is a writing desk with a few papers and scrolls and bottles of ink. There's also a little wax set for sealing letters, envelopes. I need to look up a name really quick because there is an envelope on this desk, and there is a letter addressed to someone. Or not a letter, there's an envelope addressed to someone on the desk, but there's no letter, conspicuously no letter. And
Like an envelope that seems to be waiting for a letter, or an envelope that has been ripped open?
an envelope that's waiting for a letter. Yes, you see a envelope that has an address in Starwick to a one Professor A. Grimm.
Professor Grimm. That's a name.
I know there is not a whole hell of a lot of interchange between Starwick and Terramarked, but is there any chance in hell that Grimm is a name she would recognize, as even just like in passing?
Yes. So Dr. Grimm you either respect him or you don't. He is a foremost scholar on the historical event that has colloquially been called the Weirdning.
Ooh.
And a lot of people think he is barking up a tree that is like trying to researching the Weirdning is a lot of people believe to be a completely fraught and useless gesture. But Dr. Grimm thinks differently and has dedicated most of his life to trying to figure out what the Weirdning was, why it happened, what caused it to happen, if it could happen again. And that has earned him a lot of recognition, for better and for worse. So you would know that name for sure. Whether or not you respect him is up to you.
So is this somebody who like presently exists
Lives?
and is actively researching?
Yes, he is presently alive.
I imagine Willow probably has some disagreements with his conclusions, but appreciates his research, considering her interest with creatures and such,
Mm-hmm.
and her going an alchemy route rather than a chemistry route in some ways. And so she like sees the letter and like blinks and kind of lets out a little surprised noise and will poke her head back out the door at Lorelei, just kind of like waving this letter. Lorelei, it's
He
for Dr.
immediately pops
Grimm.
up.
They were in
She
conversation with him.
blinks. The Dr. Grimm? I hardly
Yes.
believe it. I don't want to talk to him. Isn't he a laughingstock?
Kind of gently smacks her nose with the envelope. Not a laughing
What?
stock. Well,
She
and
looks at the envelope.
Willow will like look around to the others and give the context of who Dr. Grimm is.
Does that sound familiar to me at all?
Yes. Hylas, you recognize the name Dr. Grimm because your employer spoke of him and is
Oh, okay.
a contact to this person. Or at least, I'm going to say contact, has had contact with him.
Yeah, a little, I think a little light bulb kind of goes off on his face. And he just goes, "Oh."
And
Kind of a
Willow,
popular fellow, huh?
Willow kind of leans around the other way, looking at Hylas, kind of looking him up and down, complete and total confusion on her face. You know him.
Never met him personally. Don't think.
Yet you know his name. How exactly?
Oh, yeah. Guy I took a job from, stays in contact with him.
Like,
Who did you take a job from? Lorelei turns.
Hey DM, do I remember?
I will leave
My
it up to you.
brother in Christ.
Do you think Hylas would remember? If you can decide yes or no on this.
I think he's pretty bad with names. So I think since he remembered the name Dr. Grimm, at least an approximation of the employer's name has come back. Oh, yeah, it's...
There you go. You can come up with whatever shorthand name for that. It is a very cartoonish name.
All right, let me take a look.
You gotta cook on how to goof up this name real good.
You kind of already did half the work goofing it up. I mean, it is a cartoonish name. I enjoy it. Big something? Big Billy? It'll come back to me.
you don't remember the name of your employer.
Lorelei looks a little concerned. Just goes, "How long ago were you employed?"
How long ago did you hit your head?
He looks a little sheepish. How long ago was it?
How long ago was hitting the head or employment?
Both, apparently.
Yes.
The employment.
The employment, the official start of the contract was about 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I reckon by now maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't remember hitting my head. That being said, I don't a lot.
Well, fucking new attention has been gotten. Willow's gonna walk over to Hylas.
There's a pat on Hylas's other arm from Paige. Oh, and good luck with this.
What was
Leans
that?
Step
real
away.
close.
What did Paige say?
Good luck with this. Pat,
Oh.
pat, pat.
He blinks
believe in you.
with a little patient smile, not understanding what attention he's wrought.
Lean really close and kind of take a more protracted, long look at Hylas.
I want to say maybe his name was Mr. Big? Mr. Big Guy? That sounds pretty
Wait.
close.
Any of the hills.
If
That
you
is
want to
big
roll
guy.
me a society check, you're working with a really shoddy nickname here. It's not wrong.
We have Big Billy and then Mr. Big Guy so far.
Big Billy, Mr. Big Guy.
William Largeman.
I should say.
Oh shit!
Hey! Willow for the win.
It does
Let's
make
fucking
sense
go.
that of all the characters, the Delane would know this. So you know this name, Willow, because you know what amounts to the aristocracy in and around Starwick and Terramarked. And there is one person who is so cartoonishly who is so very cartoonish in terms of his name and affect that it strikes you as odd that you would hear his name pop up in any sense near here and what he's doing here. He is a railroad and ironworks mogul. He has single-handedly, quote unquote, single-handedly revived the iron industry post-Weirdning, and his name is Barnaby Biggs. Barnaby Biggs, who is frequently called Mr. Biggs in the business world. And he is he is a wide person. He is in fact actually big.
So is he said railroad mogul. Is he trying to like reestablish railroad and all this shit?
Oh yes, he is trying. He fancies him like, I don't know if this is context that actually Willow would have, but imagine the Weirdning happens and you want to make yourself Rockefeller 2.0. That's what
Fresh
this
start.
guy's doing.
Clean slate.
I mean,
He
that's not
is-
too far from her family, so
Mm-hmm.
He is very wealthy and he wears his wealth on his sleeve. He is the type of dude to have a Scrooge ass part of his house where he can dive into a big tub of gold coins for fun. Like, he is a rich and eccentric person. And he does have a canny business acumen. Like, he is business savvy, but he veils it very well with his like cartoonishly Monopoly Man exterior.
imagine Willow has gotten real close to Hylas, like examining him. Not touching him. But like eyes slightly narrowed. Just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
He is batting his big, beautiful eyelashes just so cluelessly. I think he goes, what? You friends with the fella?
And her brain is still working in the background and she blinks and straightens up. You are not talking about Barnaby Biggs, are you?
The light bulb has locked into place. he nods and like, does that thing where uh it looks like the rock paper scissors like aha kind of motion. And he goes, Barnaby Biggs, that's it.
There's an immediate deflating from Willow, and she just kind of looks towards Lorelai in just disgust.
Lorelai, also visibly deflated, is just like, why? Why would you have a deal with Barnaby Biggs? Does he hire mercenaries? Are you a mercenary?
He kind of adjusts his head, like the answer kind of seems obvious to him. And he says, well,
There's a voice in your head, Hylas, that says, oh, we're hunters. We're hunters, not mercenaries.
I think Hylas slowly, like, I imagine the rifle is like on a strap that he puts like around his shoulder. I think he kind of like moves it a bit more to his back. And he goes, well, he asked me to do a job for him, and he pays real well.
Oh, all the way out here. This far from Starwick. What are you here for, Hylas? I don't think we ever established that.
He kind of looks at Maddie, realizing like, oh yeah, I only had this conversation with one person. And he goes, oh, gee, well, everything just kind of happened so fast when I got swept up by you and your gang. So no, don't suppose I ever really had the time to explain what I've been getting up to. Mr. Big sent me out into the woods to look for another contact of his.
Please tell me you know the name of that one.
He couldn't last time he tried to think about it. Since these names are starting to come back to him, is there one that comes up here?
A name for whom?
The person I'm looking for.
No. He actually, hold on. Let me update your thing really quick.
Yeah. The perfect edit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me sort out this one last detail here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think Hylas like starts thinking, which is very interesting to actually see in his face, for once. And I don't know. You can kind of tell he's a little bit confident that, oh boy, all these names are coming back to me. This is great. But as soon as you ask about the person that he's supposed to meet, it kind of a look of concern or hopelessness starts dawning over his face. And he goes, no, that name's not coming back to me. Did he ever really tell me a name?
So you're here looking for a contact that you don't remember.
Yeah, I ran into her earlier.
Lorelai leans in. Did you?
How long ago was it that I lost sight of her? Was it
A
like
little bit
yesterday?
over.
Couple days?
It was a couple days ago.
Okay. Yeah, I did find her a couple days ago. Thin blonde lady. But we got separated.
Separated in the woods.
Yep. So, reckon that's what I'm still doing out here.
Which direction did you come from?
Do I know how to answer that? I think he'd know compass directions. Do
Yeah.
those still apply in this world?
Yes, they still work as normal.
Okay. So which direction did I come from? Is it safe to say south?
North. You
North.
came from the north, and then you intersected, or you came close to like coming into full contact with her, but you had to circle back around,
Mm.
and then you lost her right in and around Deep Field.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were doing loops around Deep Field. When you were on a southward turn, you bumped into the group.
I explained this to the party.
Okay.
I'm asking because we were told that the girl we're looking for was traveling with a man
Yeah.
through
yeah.
a deep field.
Willow blinks, and I imagine the dots connect for her at the same time as Paige.
She's like,
And
looks at Willow.
her like curiosity, like intense focus on Hylas, like breaks for a moment, and she kind of straightens up. You're after the same person that we are.
His eyebrows raise. And he just lets out a little, oh.
What
Sure.
are you wanting to do with her?
Well, according to my job, I'm just supposed to escort her back to a Starbrick.
Wick
That's the one.
looks towards Maddie. Do we have an Iris?
Yeah, sorry. Uh, so he's supposed to escort her back to Starwick. That was
Yes.
okay. Hmm. Move over here. Maddie was kind of like, not necessarily disinterested, but kind of like antsy, just leaning against the wall, like, okay, we're talking. She wasn't really, it's not that she wasn't paying attention, but she just definitely wasn't involved until Willow and Paige, or until Willow and Paige brought up the girl. And is that the end of your contract then, at that point?
Yeah, once I drop her off.
Hmm. Well, I don't know
That's a
how to
little-
tell this.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Say, well, I don't know how to tell this to you, but she's not going there.
He starts scratching the back of his head and he goes, "Oh, well, that's a little embarrassing. Where's she headed off to?"
Well,
She'll be sticking with us.
That really puts me in a rough spot. Y'all wouldn't happen to be headed up to Starwick, would you?
We weren't meeting there, right? Just double checking.
No.
Yeah, we were gonna head south. If we were, right?
I think we were moving northwest and northeast out of Deep Field towards Starwick. I think is the direction we are currently moving in.
Yeah. So we've.
But I was looking for the girl, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then we
I
were
don't think we
supposed
have
to
a meeting
either.
spot.
Well, we were supposed to either go head back to Hawk or head to Terramart
Yeah.
loosely. But there wasn't a like we are going to do this next. It was find the girl, figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she said she's sticking with us, and then what did Hyla say?
He said, "Oh, well, that puts me in a bit of a tough spot. I mean, y'all wouldn't happen to be going to Starwick, would you?"
Nope. If anything, we're going to be heading in the opposite direction.
Ah, shoot. He doesn't look nearly as troubled about this as, I don't know, would seem reasonable.
You're...
He kind of shrugs and says, "Well, I wish your lot the best of luck in getting her to go with you. She's what I can recall, a bit of a, is somber the right word?"
That is the perfect word.
She's sort of a somber sort. Don't really want any company.
Mm-mm.
So you've already met her.
Oh, yeah, like I said, when I was doing that whole loop to loop around that one place.
Deep Field.
That's the one. Said something like, she doesn't keep company long. Something bad always happens.
Well, if something bad's gonna happen, we can deal with it.
He sort of crosses his arms and furrows his brow. And he says, what am I supposed to do?
Well, just so long as you aren't planning on trying to take her away, the opposite direction that we're going.
Yeah, it's a real pickle, that's for sure.
You're not gonna cause us any problems, are you? Arms slightly crossed.
Dee Dee will reach over and grab your hand, Hylas. Just be like, you wouldn't cause any problems for me, would you?
He's looking around at all of you like this is the first expression. Usually he has kind of like a sort of vaguely lost vibe about him. This is the first expression you've seen that's genuinely like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? And he just goes, oh no, I've seen the way y'all fight.
Well, that sort of
Maddie. Maddie will grin. Give a
I'm
toothy
not
grin.
smart. I'm not dumb.
You at least have a survival instinct, looks like.
Kind of have to. Well, darn. I don't think Mr. Biggs is gonna be too keen to hear this.
Just don't go back to Starwick. I don't want to work for a
How's
man
he
like
gonna
him
know?
anyway.
Oh! Willow, you saying that gave him the hugest fucking light bulb. And he says, that's great, I just won't go back to Starwick.
Solve the
Somebody-
riddle of fucking life.
Somebody that fights like you do. You're not fully aware of your surroundings, are you?
What do you mean?
Exactly. And Lorelai or not Lorelai, Willow just shakes her head and looks at Lorelai and then looks around the group. Either way, if Mr. Biggs is after this woman too, then might have more issues than we originally thought.
Alice, do you remember why Monsieur Biggs wants to go?
He's sort of tilting his head. And he's trying to get in there. I think let me read this real quick.
If you want to ask me, there was not an explicit reason given to Hylas.
Yeah. He thinks a bit, and he ejects himself out of his mind space because that was too long in there. That was too deep. And he shakes his head and goes, I can only guess.
It's
I don't think that'd do us any favors.
probably not. Did Monsieur Biggs give you anything? Like your paper, anything?
Just a description. Promise of money.
Did he pay you in
that's
advance?
a lot of money I'm not gonna get.
Oh no. It is okay. You guys come with us to Denmark and find work there.
I think he tilts his head at you, Paige, and he says, oh, I have to come with you, don't I?
you're not a prisoner. So if you want to, you can.
No, I mean, if I don't come with you, I can't look out for you in battle.
Paige blinks.
He's locking eyes with you, dead on, and he says, "Ain't that what you asked me to do?"
Paige looks slightly embarrassed. It's like, yes, it is. Thank you for the, making sure I don't die.
Paige, I didn't know you were in the business of hiring bodyguards.
I'm not doing that. I was just, it was just a nice conversation between new friends, yes?
He looks he looks at you, Willow, and he goes, "Hey now, don't hire in me and I'm getting paid."
I can give you marshmallows.
Sure, what's that?
What do you mean, what's that?
And we've lost them both. Well, it just
Anyway, it looks like I'm
shakes her
sticking
head.
with you.
So let's go give one last look over to Maddie, see how Maddie is judging the situation, because she is ostensibly the hunter in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Lorelai?
Lorelai has the device and is wandering off to where she heard it tick before, and is standing right here, waving it towards the door and then waving it in this direction. And she hears the. She's just waving the wand around. She doesn't go further than that.
I mean, Maddie made her threat. She liked Hylas. She likes Hylas. And she made her threat. And he's smart enough not to fuck with them. And she's smart enough that, you know, it's 1 versus like 50. So
She seems satisfied.
yeah, she'll move up and it's like, well, good, now that we're on the same page here. And put rapid arm around his shoulders, like, and if you need a place to like stay or whatever, we'll probably hook you up in Termarked if you want to be a hunter.
Dee Dee shoves you out of the way. Maddie just goes, "You can stay with me. There's plenty of room in my cabin."
Are
Didn't
you
you
staying with
not
them?
want to go back there?
Not alone.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
god. And Paige is leaving. Lorelai, what's up?
I think Hylas is just like, well, suppose I'll just follow you a lot around a bit till I find my next paycheck. Or I
She
guess
just flutters her eyelashes
whatever
at you.
exists in place of paychecks here.
Why did Foundry freak out? I'm in the darkness.
No.
It
Willow,
just randomly refreshed, and I can see nothing.
Willow, go into the light.
Wait, hold on. I know how to fix this. Activate.
Nope.
Everyone, look here.
The wretched sigil returns.
I saw the red sigil. I still only see darkness.
Does it help if you click on Willow?
Can't see where is this. I think this might be.
This
Is this
one.
Willow? I can't see where any of the tokens are. You can look at my fucking stream to see exactly what I see.
Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Clicking and
My
dragging.
old friend. New Willow, who dis?
Maybe I need to refresh on my end again because it literally looked like Foundry refreshed, and then everything.
Promise I
disappeared.
didn't. save any settings. It was pure randomness, Judge.
You promise?
Cross my heart, promise to God.
I love.
That sounds like such a cursed sentence.
Yes.
What do you
Okay,
expect?
there we go.
It's just
I can
Joe
see
we're
it.
talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Willow, she'll just give Dee Dee a pat on the shoulder and just shake her head. Won't say anything. We'll just start walking. Come up beside Lorelai. Hear the ticking. Look that direction. I can tell you there's strange things down that way, but woman we're after I don't think is that way.
Lorelai, like, Lorelai looks at you, Willow, and then looks back and just goes, fair enough. I just want to know what this thing is detecting. Can't really tell. Can't see anything. Can't feel anything. But it's reading something.
Just a question. Hang on, I'm about to sneeze.
Mm-hmm. Bless you. Bless you.
All right.
Bless
well,
you.
You've exercised it. Eret left my body, so thanks for
You're
that.
welcome. I saved your life.
Now that I know that the girl we're looking for is one and the same, is it possible for me to pick up her trail easier? Since I was kind of
Possibly.
on the lookout for you know, signs of her moving through here.
Possibly. It's difficult to track in this area because it's just solid rock, but you could possibly track still. Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
I will gladly do that. As soon as I find my skills. Proficiency? It is. Survival, where are you?
Seventeen. 17. It is, like I said, it's very difficult to track.
Mm-hmm.
Like scrounging around on the floor, you're not going to be able to see any footprints really. But you can check the bookshelves and look to see if there's any pages that are or books that are disturbed in some way that wasn't from this group. And you can check doors to see where a certain door may or may not have been opened and not shut. But other than that, you'd have to examine something very closely. Like you did examine whether or not there was dust on a handle.
Yeah.
That is going to be like the only real way you can tell if she did or did not go through a door, because she'd have to use a handle for the doors that are latched, which all of these doors up to now have been latched.
Mm-hmm.
But best guess to tell which way she went, it would probably be towards the open door, but you don't know for sure. You just know that the door is open.
Okay. I don't think Hylas feels confident enough about that tracking to speak up on it, but you know, his eyes are looking around, looking at the ground, looking at the bookshelves, and finally studying the doors, and his gaze sort of sets on that open one. as that question's in his head of, wonder if it's that way.
Lorelai points to the door in the opposite direction that is closed and just goes, I want to go this way. I want to figure out what this thing is tracking. She's waving it around.
I think he'll speak up on that at least and say, I mean, yeah, I think he'll speak up and say, well, in all likelihood, the girl you're looking for, probably went through one of these open doors.
Lorelai doesn't disagree, but does like a slight pout to her face. Which way are you guys going?
Hylas.
Hmm?
Do you maybe like have something she interacted with, or I don't know, something of hers?
We never made like contact, did we?
Do you
I feel like we
want
just, yeah.
The closest you came close, but you never made direct contact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If that's the case, Maddie will look to Dee Dee. Because if I remember correctly, Dee Dee said she had a lock on, right?
Mm-hmm. Dee
She'll
will...
Yeah, she'll look to Dee Dee like, your turn.
Dee Dee holds up a finger and then lifts her head to the air and just does a few quick sniffs. And after a pause, she points to the left open door and just goes, nope, 100% sure she went that way. Sure as sugar.
Oh, which way?
Then you know where we're going.
This way.
Oh, nice.
To the left, to the left.
Hylas looks a little bit relieved that, like, he didn't just say something completely stupid.
Madigan, you walk into this door and try the handle. The handle is unlocked, but the door doesn't push.
Bullshit.
Maddie, it's your time.
Bullshit, the door doesn't move.
You know the roll. So go ahead and give me the roll.
I'd like to thank you, Joe, for giving Maddie this opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a hero point. Fuck
5.
that.
That's fair.
Very
There's
fair.
no helping
You're
up
I
better-
respect
20.
it.
You're better than this, Maddie.
Did you get a second one?
She didn't
I
use the
gave her
first
a
one.
Alright.
Oh
round.
yeah, you gave it back. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's more
Better.
like it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Maddie, this door is not locked, but it's blocked with a B. And so this time, you know for sure you have to kick it in. What are they going to tell you? No? So you rear back, and do you want to kick it in or shoulder check it?
Oh, she shoulder checked it because initially, I'm gonna say that first roll. The reason why it was so bad is because she's like, oh, it's unlocked. I'll just open it, and it didn't open. And she's like, oh, so we're playing this game. I see. She's just
That
gonna
door-
straight up shoulder check it.
You shoulder check it, and you hear a skrrg of crashing wood and splintering like furniture as you hit the door and check it all the way open. And inside there's a desk and chair that have both been very intentionally propped up behind it, and now they decorate the backside wall in a pile of timber. She
Cool.
blocked it.
Emphasis on the ED at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Now I just want to keep going.
Crashing and banging.
Yep.
Before
Aang
you
is,
get to this next one. Yes, Aang.
Oh, I was just going to say Aang is stepping aside so that Willow and Lorelai can go through if they want.
Mm-hmm.
See, Willow is also staring at the opposite door. And then
Lorelai is just willing to go with the group, but she's pouting because she wants to know what makes the meter go clicky.
take her arm, like hook arms together again, just pat her arm. Even if they don't want to, the two of us will continue that direction after we're done here.
She smiles and will go in this direction. And as they walk past Angharad, Lorelei will give her a little, like, 2-finger cutesy salute while she holds the meter in the other hand, the clicking slowly fading.
Just a little smile from Willow as well.
And returns happy nod.
Now, I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is that this door is also blocked with a B. The good news is that it's blocked with a B, Madigan.
She's my hero.
So, when she opened, or opened, quote unquote, the previous door and came through, did she hear any movement on the other side?
No, surprisingly, you didn't hear any movement. This is accounting with your sensitive animal ears.
Okay.
Go ahead and make me another athletics check.
Yeah.
There we go. Second verse, same as the first. You shoulder check this one. It takes a little bit more effort for you to get through this one, but get through it all the same, you do. As you check the door and furniture goes exploding away from it on the inside. And there's something you notice about this room. There's light in this room.
What?
Hanging above your head, there's a little light dangling from a cable. A light bulb. You can see that there's a cable that leads from the edge of edge of this light bulb, bounces off the ceiling once, twice again, and then hits the wall, and then snakes along the corner of the wall and ceiling, down this way, down the hallway, down through these open doors you see that lead to another descending set of stairs that go down, down again.
I am curious. This is just Zell talking. I feel like the secret staircase we found upstairs is probably around here.
Yeah, I think it's back around the other way. Because we walked past a staircase here that went up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's this staircase. It may be completely wrong, but
I'm thinking it might be one of these two doors up here.
Your rat brain.
That's what my
Activating?
rat heart is telling me.
Rat heart, my mistake.
The brain, the heart.
so does this look like a actual lived in sitting room?
Yes, it's old. Like, there haven't been a lot of people in here, but there's still some books on the shelves. There were chairs, but they were thrown against the door to block it. But the light was flipped on, and there's a cable. And there is a little, like, statuette in the corner that is carved out into a bust of someone you don't recognize. Possibly some philosopher, scientist. It's not one that you immediately know.
Is it
This looks like
made
a
out of, like,
private
marble?
study. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it made out of marble?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I forget what type of marble, but it's the kind of like light green soap textured looking one. The one that looks like
Ah.
Dawn soap.
Yeah.
you said the cable goes down here, right?
Yes, it snakes along the corner of the walls and ceiling, and it leads down the stairs.
So we're in check this first. Maddie goes chasing the cable. Willow's gonna jiggle a handle in this door.
That door is unlocked.
Mm.
And inside is a bathtub.
Mm.
Nothing in it. Just a bathtub that lies empty.
Iris.
What?
Godspeed.
Does it look clean, the bathtub? You?
Clean, relatively unused, as far as you could tell. Sitting there with a thin veneer of dust on it.
Well, this is I more recently lived in than the rest of this place.
So you think this Abigail went this way?
Probably down, if I had to guess. And there
Here,
goes Maddie.
here just says, it feels like it only goes down and down, doesn't it?
Aang will march over, collect Maddie.
I think in response to Pierre's statement, Hylas tilts his head and says, well, only if you keep going down the stairs.
A odd habit of things ill affected by the widening. They all seem to go very deep.
It's
Em?
not good. It's just not good. Oh well. I'm going to just get to go. We're going to go back up to the surface so that we cannot be down here.
Lorelai is waving the wand around and is getting no response in any way and just goes, come on, maybe if we keep going, maybe it'll come alive again. Maybe there's something else down here that we can find that makes this sensor go. I want it to go off again.
She's so hopeful.
She's like not shoving you, Willow, but she is like enthusiastically encouraging you. Like, go forward, go on, let's.
We've hit the point where she is now like, okay, we're dedicated to this path. Let's go down this path as quickly as possible. It was like, okay.
The
little
faster we
sister.
figure out the end of this one, the faster we can go back in the opposite direction.
Just ends up with Lorelai shoving Willow, who is also reaches up and starts pushing A.
As the group was kind of getting into that room, Maddie's continuing forward, and she'll call out down the hall. Hey kid, if you're down here, we're here to help. Stop running if you can. And she's yelling down the hall.
Okay. You yell that and you can hear it echo into the room below. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Also, do I
fucking
remember
dozens of
if she
feet.
seemed particularly skittish?
Yes, you would remember. In fact, just now she's very skittish.
Oh no.
I think Hylas is sort of there's a little fidget with like his necktie, and he steps forward. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Hey, Miss Madison. She's a little skittish.
Madison. Sorry, I don't know why that got me.
Well, that's why I'm trying to talk to her. She'll start running.
Oh, no, it's like the loud noises.
Huh?
Thy mana is a bit abrupt for those who are not familiar with the...
Well, yeah, but isn't it like better to announce yourself and not surprise people?
For a frightened and lost child.
I mean, yeah, I guess, like, I understand stranger danger and all, but, like, I just said we're not here to hurt her. We're here to help, you know? And, I mean, what else can I do? She's gonna hear the banging either way.
Well,
What's more scary?
Oh. Maybe you could apologize for the banging. You know, like I did with my gun earlier. It's gonna happen again.
Dear.
Oh, Hulk really did find the most interesting group of people to put together to chase after a child.
You should be able to highlight your token and click on the steps.
Boop. I'm
Where
loading.
we have to do it slowly because we all end up stacking on top
Uh-huh.
of each other and
Uh-huh.
freaking out.
I
Yeah,
already clicked
Oh.
it. I already clicked it. I'm sorry.
It's loading. It's not working.
If it's not working, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you all up in the next room with your tokens. So just give me a moment
Mm-hmm.
and I will place every last one of you.
You are so strong.
Oop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to
They are
throw.
moving. In response to that, Aang will look at Willow. In her defense, Alexandria did not select me. But I am a glad hand with children.
Okay.
And Willow kind of looks her up and down. I'm sure you are. However, I will just gently point out the armor is a little intimidating.
Aang will. There's like a couple nods as if to say, "You got me there."
Got me there,
Oh.
Chief.
You have armor and a giant scythe. That's kind of freaky when you're scared. The Grim Reaper approaches.
Don't listen to her. It's really cool.
As you say that, Maddie, and you descend the steps, you can see that there's light in this room down here once you get far enough. And once you get in here, you can see that there's a lot of corpses strewn about the room, in rooms rather. Above the table, there is a dual set of chandeliers, one here and one here, hanging suspended, still alight, still humming with electricity. You can see the cable just merrily tracing its way along the ceiling, leading down to both of those chandeliers and continuing down into the room beyond through a bored hole in the door to the south. And I will give you this for your perception check. For your keen senses, you can definitely tell she passed through this room and she now sits in the room beyond.
Are these also the not quite skeletons?
Yes.
Okay. And is there like remnants of food and shit on this table, or?
Old food. Food that has gone bad. And Lorelei walks forward with the little scanner or sensor and starts waving it around like it's like she's dowsing for water, haphazardly throwing it across the room and pointing it at random things. And when she points it towards the seats where people would be, she gets a little tick, very lightly. and she follows it to the next chair. Tick, 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 tick. Then follows it over to a corpse, and it ticks again. Tick, 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 tick. Not too much, but enough. She hurriedly taps you on the shoulder, Willow, there's some here. Whatever it's detecting, it's also here.
Willow just kind of watches the patterns. It would mean that whatever it's sensing is in part affected the people that were here.
Detecting the people. Seems an odd shape for a person detector. She points it at you. Doesn't seem to work at you. I think it's a corpse detector.
Yeah, that lighted up the chairs.
She puzzles on this. Touch chair. Touch chair. Woo. Paige, you touch the chair, and as you get a rush of information, you see a dinner among friends, people who have gathered here to celebrate a sensational finding. But there is something unusual about this. Because normally when you touch an object, you get a distinct understanding of individual person and other people around them. It would be like knowing oh, okay, I'm looking at just this one person and they're looking at whatever different friends they have. But when you touch this chair, you get a distinct impression of the same person sitting across from them. Like they're looking in a mirror. But it's not a mirror because the energy you can read, that you can understand from the psychometric vision, is the same. Like they're sitting across from themselves.
Is this... Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. One last thing. As you are puzzling over this mixed, dual feeling, you get a sensation of dread and realization, and then pain. Pain in your throat, pain in your mouth, pain in your stomach. Poison.
Oh, shit.
Poisoned.
That's not good.
Roll me 1d6.
Me?
Yes.
And while she is doing that, a yes or no question. Is this
Yes.
corpse right here looking like he's scrambling away laid out, or is it just there?
Most of these corpses are in the positions that you see them, but most of them are either, you can imagine them to be more crawled out of their chair, scrambling for their throat, or scrambling for something to get away, just trying to escape.
Okay.
Here's a question. They all human and not at all ghoulish.
These ones are all human.
Okay.
And Paige, you, for touching something that has death so heavily on it, you will take 5 psychic damage.
I was hoping you weren't going to say that. Understood.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh well. See, Paige just takes off her glove becoming her new fucking trick. Take off your glove to touch something. And then she stops. And I feel like she just feels sick to her stomach. Before she kind of just, like, clambers back a little bit, bumping into Aang. Sweating a little bit. That was not pleasant.
Aang tilts her head. Does something trouble thy heart?
I just, I feel a little bit sick. It is okay. I will be okay. We should just keep going.
Aang is... I'm trying to figure out how naive Aang is right now. Because that did not feel like a very good lie.
Yeah, it was not. She's done better previously.
Would it be okay with you if I tried to vibe check this?
Sure.
Is that sense motive isn't a thing anymore? Is it perception?
It's perception, yes.
Okay. Oh wait, shit. No, that's initiative over here. Let's see what we get. A 15.
Mm-hmm.
That would go against your deception DC page. Whatever your deception bonus is, plus 10.
16.
Oh. I don't get your +1 anymore, do I?
I would say if you're missing it like this, it's not a perfect read. You can't tell she's lying, but you can still harbor your own doubts.
Yeah. Okay. Aang just narrows her eyes slightly, but there's a soft look that comes over her face. And she nods. If ever something does trouble thee, I am an excellent listener.
Paige just looks up at Aang, kind of touches her hat a little bit, kind of moving it back to where it's supposed to be, where it probably got a little disheveled. Thank you, but it is okay. But if I do need to talk to someone, I will be sure to keep you in mind. Yes?
There's just a nod from Aang. This seems to suffice for her.
Hylas was looking around. He looks on at this interaction. And doesn't speak up. But it might be a slightly conspicuous note. When he turns away, and proceeds, like, as soon as the interaction seemed over.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Maddie,
Cool.
I know you have been itching to open this door.
Yes.
We all want to know.
So that all happened as Maddie was crossing the room to get to this door. So Maddie, you can open the door. It is not locked. And as you go to reach down to open it, you hear on the other side, like very faint, very, very quiet, but still audible sobbing.
So, if it's okay,
Uh-huh.
rather than if she can hear the sobbing like before opening the door, Maddie will pause and instead knock nicely, not hard or anything, just kind of like normal knocking.
There's a start, like a suck in of breath of just like, and then dead silence. And the impression you get, there's no response. You don't get a come in. The impression that you get from this is that she's shocked and did not expect to ever hear a knock in this position.
Mm-hmm.
She's just waiting to see if it was real.
Yeah. Hey, kid, You there? Can you hear
Who
me?
are you? What do you want?
My name is Maddie. Me and my friends here were looking for you. We wanted to try and help you out.
No response. Go away. I don't need help.
I'm not
Need
sure
to roll
about
a
that.
check. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, kid. Look, I'm gonna open this door, okay?
She doesn't say anything.
Maddie, you'll wait a couple seconds, give her some time. But with no response, she'll just sigh and open the door. Slowly.
You can open the door. You open the door. Inside, you see another room that is lit by electricity with a similar chandelier light fixture affixed to the roof of this ceiling, or to the ceiling of this room. And across the room, you can see sat at a desk, hunched over with just beet red, tired eyes and haggard hair and an exhausted just disposition of sleepless nights and tired feet, sits a woman who is in her late teens, anywhere from 17 to 19ish, with no shoes and a long brown leather cloak and the remnants of some farmhand clothing underneath, with blonde hair that kind of comes down to a little bit, just a hair past shoulder length. And she is just twiggish. She is so slight, like a stiff breeze would knock her over. And she looks at you with just the most sincere trepidation you have ever seen from another person. Despite being taller than you, even seated, you can tell she's taller than you.
Mm.
She is just small in this moment, just kind of scrunched up in the chair with what she has on her back. No food, no pack, no water, no nothing. Just the clothes on her back.
Yeah.
She just looks
Maddie
up
will,
at you and she just looks up at you and just goes, "What do you want?"
Maddie will slowly step in. And yeah, she'll set her hammer down in the hallway off to the side. Kind of thing, like, hey, no weapons, we're good. We're good. There's no fighting here, kind of thing, Well, like I said, we're here to help you. We heard you might be in some trouble. And, well, you might have something important.
Maddie, stepping fully into the room, you can see that scrawled across the wall here is a message written not by her, presumably by some of the other persons who inhabited this area, but scrawled across the wall in some type of ink is the message: "We've discovered a nightmare." And it kind of sours the room's mood, just as it is written very large along the side of the wall.
What sort of material does it look like?
Charcoal or ink. It's hard to tell. But it's penned straight onto the rock of the wall. But you say this to the girl standing across or sitting across from you. And she just turns to face you more or like fully now, and you can see she's not carrying anything. She doesn't have any sort of pack or carrying parcel or any, not even a weapon, nothing. Just literally the clothes that she has, which does not include shoes. And she just looks at you and shrugs. I don't have what you're looking for.
Do you... Well, look, that can be talked about later. Look, does she look like if Maddie were to step closer, she'd run or something? Or like, you know...
If Maddie takes another step or says the right words, you could imagine she would either like crumple into like a wet paper towel, or maybe try to run, but probably not. She
Okay.
looks like she is at the end of her rope and just exhausted, just tired, so unbearably tired.
Does
You
it
can
even
see that
look like there's
there
another exit in this room?
is another door in this room, but it doesn't necessarily lead to an exit. But you can see that there are wounds and cuts and scrapes on her hand. And while she's not actively bleeding, there are red streaks from where blood has been drawn on her.
Hmm.
Roll me a perception check,
Okay.
Maddie. Y'all can move in the way here so you can see if you can't see the character already.
I have to
So-
ask: is one of your cats going ham with a jingle ball?
Yes. Can you
Okay.
hear that?
I love that.
Yes. I was
Yes.
just making sure I wasn't going crazy.
Yeah.
Ah, that would be
Which one
Cream.
is it?
She is
Cream?
hunting.
Ah.
It is time to hunt.
Go get him, Cream. You're doing a good job.
Mm.
So, oh god.
No, yeah.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the person Aang saw in her vision.
Ooh.
Ah, Aang. I'm glad you spoke up. So we'll give me a put a pin in that one.
Okay.
So Maddie with a 16, this you can tell that. Imagine Cream. Stop it.
Leave Cream alone.
Now I know that I can hear it.
She's allowed to have fun.
What you can tell from the look on her face, there was a time many years ago where you and Hawk were hunting some ghouls, specifically some errant ghouls that were causing problems for the outside part, the western area of Termarkt, because they live outside the wall. So because they were causing problems, you and Hawk had to go on a hunt that lasted a long time. And this hunt was just exhausting, fatiguing, like going constantly day in, day out for 10 to 12 hours a day of hiking and hunting and hiking and hunting. And sleep was just a break. It was a brief break between the constant drudgery of waking up only to immediately go hunting and fighting. And imagine if that was your whole day for hours, was just fight, 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 fight. Even if you're good at it, it gets tiring. And it's that same sort of tiredness from moving and going and going and going and going is the same sort of bone weariness that you see in this girl. It is like she has been going constantly for God knows how long. And Aang, you're right. I will give you inspiration, if not for now, then for next time, because it's only fair. This isn't the girl from your vision, but it also is. You see reflected in her that same sort of just childish weakness, that frailty. and fear of the world around it. Like there is a childlike fragility here.
Interesting. Aang would probably attempt to comfort, but if somebody else would like to do that, that is also okay.
She can try.
Hylas is keeping a close eye in action, but
Being
in
close eye on what?
a close eye and ear on this interaction, but in a rare fit of I don't know, a rare fit of emotional wisdom, perhaps. It feels it's best to stay out of line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Giant fluffy man.
Man that
Yeah.
has been hunting you through the woods for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guy who has been following you around, he's thinking, oh, I'll just hang back.
Paige is also there to help calm the child down because she is the very opposite of intimidating.
Maddie's gonna bring out food.
Mhm.
She has jerky. She understands tired, and tired
Oh.
usually means hungry.
How? What the fuck? Sorry, you said jerky, and all of a sudden Sailor jumped up.
Jerky? Jerky? Food?
You don't even get jerky.
Spiritually, he
As
knows what it means.
Mm-hmm.
as Maddie is offering the jerky, Aang will take a. Well, I can't take a step forward.
You can.
No, I mean
Right.
I mean Maddie's stack there. Yeah, so she will take a step forward, very cautiously, and she thinks of what Willow said, and she too puts down her scythe, leans it against the wall, and looks at the girl. Ah, thou hast had a journey most tiring and tragic. Shall we speak for now? Perhaps we may simply pass a little time, eat, and share in each other's company.
Now I'm going to need a diplomacy check from someone who's willing to throw me a diplomacy check.
All right. I've got a 5. Does anybody have better than a 5?
I got a 6, because Bard.
Yeah, if Paige wants to come up and also, calm child, we can probably roll with that 6.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then Paige peek her head in and just I'm sorry, I can't stop pinging for some reason. Just approach. She even smaller than Maddie somehow. But sorry, Sailor is. He knows the time of night it is.
Mm-hmm. You're supposed to be done already.
Mm-hmm. But she's just gonna, with a friendly little wave and smile. It's like, hello. I hope that you are not too scared of us. We don't mean any harm. We want to help you, and I think you should get some rest. We do have the food that somebody is bringing out, and you don't have to move. We could stay here, like I already saying.
Paige, roll me a diplomacy check.
Okie doke.
I will consider everyone's efforts to have helped.
Okay. Does that do anything?
will give you a +3. So I'll consider one from Aang, one from Maddie, and one from Hylas and/or Willow and/or the group in the rear at large.
Okie doke. That's gonna be with a +3, so it's gonna be a 23.
For 23. So
Mm-hmm.
for a 23 page, there's something that you recognize more than anything else. You were a street urchin. You know this look.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a look in her eyes that is like, you have to run away. You have to run away again. You can't stay here. You have to run away. And the number one thing she is just waiting to hear is that she doesn't have to run from anyone anymore. She doesn't have to run away from you guys. Like whatever threat she was running from before, whether it was the ghouls upstairs or the creatures that were surrounding this place before that, or whatever happened before this, Hylas, she doesn't have to run away anymore. That's what she's waiting for.
Okay. Did Paige saying that we can just stay here for a bit hit on that? Or
I also said something similar.
yeah. So did he hit the nail?
I will say that it's close, but if you want to add something else in there, you can.
Yes. Take one more tiny step forward. Holding a hand up in a very calm, it's okay gesture. Oh, I can't move half spaces. Ow, what the fuck happened?
That's a cool ping.
What the I hit Alt. There's one step forward, slow, She recognizes that look. And probably emboldened by recognizing of oh, I know what she's going through. I was there. I've lived through this. At least something similar.
Mm-hmm.
The smile. It's like, it is okay. I promise. You don't have to run anymore. We're going to make sure that you're okay and that you're safe.
She looks at your hand, and she looks at Maddie and Aang. And Aang is unusual. Like Maddie is unusual. They are not directly people-shaped. And there's some hesitancy from just the fact that they can present very nicely, but she doesn't know them, and typically weirdlings, at least from your experience, are viewed they can be viewed with some amount of prejudice. So there's an anxiousness. But Paige, you are a stark contrast to them, both in color palette and in shape and size. And she looks at you, someone who is slight and human shaped, just with a sense of oh, okay, they're not here to capture me or something. And then this sort of settles in, and she realizes I don't know what anyone here wants, but the sensation of being told that she doesn't have to run away, and that this isn't a capturing, hits her. And you can see her shake her head once and then shake her head again, and she's not saying no, but she's shaking her head almost in disbelief, and she says, "So tired. I'm so tired. I can't." And she shakes her head again, and she just kind of slouches in the chair and crumples over. And she does not even have the energy to get up to walk over to you to take your hand. She just collapses onto the ground.
Oh no. Rush, medic, I need some saline. Stat, she's dehydrated.
So I know we have a hard cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
Iris,
Yeah.
are you good? Is this
I-
this
yeah.
might be a place where we can end it?
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Really
Can
bad.
Can we end it with the gang feeding, watering, healing, bandaging the girl?
Setting up camp? Question mark.
Camp time? Don't touch any of the food in that room. It's poisoned.
Yeah, we can have you guys setting up effectively like a short rest camp
Mm-hmm.
in here.
Let's go.
This will be a good spot to pause it. But you guys did it. You found the girl.
We did it.
Yay.
Zoe
Soulsborne
Simos.
text, girl found.